Earlier we are talking about the range of this function. It means we are having the all three inputs 1, 2, 3 and able to get out the outputs 4 and 5. It means the range of this function is to be considered as the subset or the set B in terms of the 4 and 5. Here we can consider the codomain and the range of the function are to be same. Now sometimes it is also asked in examination the total number of the functions in these given sets. Then the formulation for the total number of the functions is to be total number of the function is to be n ki power m, n to the power m, where m is the number of the elements of the set A and the n is the number of the elements of the set B. Here we are having the number of the elements in set A equal to 3 and the number of the elements in set B equal to 2. Now the 2 and 3, it means m. Here we are considering the value of the m equal to 3 and value of the n equal to 2. Now the total number of the function is to be n to the power m. Here we are having the value of the n is to be the 2 to the power 3, 8. It means with the help of all the two sets A and B, then total number of the functions are to be defined in terms of the 2 to the power 3 equal to 8. Now we are considering the another example. If A equal to 1, 2, 3, it is a set A considering the elements 1, 2, 3, set B considering the elements 2, 4, 6, 9 and 10, and the function f is to be defined as f1 equal to 2, f2 equal to 4, f3 equal to 9. Then again we can check if the function f is it a function or not. Now we can also just derived in terms of the same formulations. Here again we are having the formulations like A is the subset 1, 2 and 3 and the B is to be in terms of the 2, 4, 6, 9 and 10. Now we are considering the functions f1 equal to 2. It means 1 is to be having the unique image in terms of the 2. It is the considered f1 equal to 2. Next f2 equal to 4. It means it is to be the another image function f2 equal to 4. f3 equal to 9. Here f3 equal to 9. Now check out all the values of the domain. It means all the elements of the set A is to be uniquely defined in set B. Yes, it is to be uniquely defined. Then our answer of this question is to be yes, it is a function. Next again the domain is to be defined in terms of the set A. Its entire set A is to be considered as the domain. And the codomain, again the entire set B is to be considered in terms of the codomain. But now the range is to be changed. Here we are considering the range. It means when we are giving the inputs in terms of the 1, 2, 3 and we are only getting the output in terms of the 2, 4 and the 9. It means we are having the only 3 elements into the range. Now our answer for the range, it is to be in terms of the 2, 4 and 9. Again, if you are just trying to calculate the number of the functions, here we are having the value of the m is equal to 3 and the value of the n is equal to 5. Now the total number of the function equal to the n to the power m, it means 5 to the power 3. It is the number of the functions. Now we are considering taking out the next formulations. There are the few particular types of the functions. Here we are having the particular types of the functions. First we are considering the constant functions. It means every element of the domain is to be associated with only one element of the codomain. It means each and every elements of the domain having the same image. It means A set में आपके पास जितने भी elements हैं सबकी एक same ही आपके पास image होगी. Here the function is to be defined in terms of the fx equal to k. All the elements of this x is to be belongs to the R. Now the next function, it is to be the identity functions. It is to be defined in terms of the IA. Every element of the A is to be associated with itself. It means A set का जितने भी elements हैं वो खुद से ही associated हैं. It means it is to be considered as the mapping of A to A. It is to be considered as the f function f in terms of the A to A. It is to be the identity function. इसका मतलब in this case the domain, codomain and the range, also all three are to be the same for the identity function. Now we are considering the third. It is to be the important. Sometimes questions are to be asked from this parts. If the two functions are to be equal, then we are considering all three cases. First, the domain of the function f and the domain of the function g is to be same. It means if we are considering the two functions are to be equal, then the domains are to be same. Next, same the codomains of them is also to be same. It means the codomain of the f is to be equal to the codomain of the g. Now the third and the important is to be the function of the value of the function f at a particular value of x. It is to be same as the value of the function of g at that particular value. It means किसी एक particular x की value के लिए both the functions are having the same value. It means they are to be the equal functions. Sometimes question पूछ लिए जाते हैं two functions are to be given into the questions and the elements are to be given in terms of the elements. Somewhere the elements are to be missing in terms of the x, y, z, and the value are to be asked of the, if the functions are to be equal, then calculate the value of the x. Just to be using the mapping methods, and we can easily calculate the value of this unknown variables. Now the fourth type of the function, it is to be the modulus functions. F x equal to mod of x. We can easily understand the mod of x is to be given always the non-negative answers. It means it having the two values. It is to be fx equal to plus x when x greater than or equal to 0. It is to be equal to the minus x when it is to be x less than 0. This function is also to be important in terms of the when we are discussing about the continuities and the differentiabilities. These functions are to be most crucial and the important. Now the greatest integer function, it is to be defined in terms of the function greatest integer function x. In this case, we are just to be considering if we are having the value of this function is to be 2.41. It means if we are having the positive value, then we are just to be considering the lower limits. If we are having the negative value, then we are just to be considering the upper limit. Like the function is to be defined in these terminologies. If the values are to be in between 0 to 1, then we are having the values are 0. If we are having the value greater than 1 but less than 2, it means it is to be always equal to 1. If we are having the values greater than 2 but less than 3 up to the 2.999, we are having it is to be equated by the value 2. In terms of the negatives, when we are having the values in terms of the minus 0.5 or minus, it means 0 to minus 0.999, it is to be equated by the 1. Next, if we are having the value of the just greater than in terms in negative with negative sign minus 1.111, it is to be equated by the minus 2. It means greatest function is to be defined positive values के लिए lower limit and negative values के लिए higher limit.